Hey, it's TV Tech Geek, and today I'm going to be talking about the Samsung UN55JS9000 version. I left a link in the description below to a great deal on this model, so be sure to check it out. You can also check out user reviews and see what other people are saying about it as well. So this model has a 55-inch LED screen, and it's edge lit with local dimming. So edge lit means that the LED lights are positioned around the perimeter of the screen, and the light spreads behind the LCD panel. So edge lit with local dimming has the ability to adjust different zones in order to improve the picture. So while still a great improvement over standard edge lit displays, these zones tend to be quite larger than full array local dimming displays. So one of my favorite things about this model is it uses the quantum dots technology. And Samsung calls this nano crystal color, but it's the same thing, they just put their own spin on it with the name, probably for marketing purposes. So this feature basically expands the color gamut that appears on the screen, so you get much wider color gamut, and it makes the colors look much richer. And I should mention that while this does improve color for today's sources, this feature will be much more noticeable within the next few years when content providers come out with wider color gamut content. Another awesome technology that this model has is the HDR, and this stands for High Dynamic Range. Samsung calls this feature Peak Illuminator Pro. Again, it's for marketing purposes, they just changed the name. But what this feature does is it enhances the contrast, and contrast is the most important picture quality characteristic. So the result is a significantly more realistic image. And again, I should mention that content is not widely available yet with this feature, but Netflix, Hulu, and a lot of other content providers plan on coming out with HDR content by the end of this year. Now obviously this model has a curved display, and this means that you get a much more immersive viewing experience. And with curved displays, I recommend sitting 13 feet or less from the display. 13 feet is optimal, but any more than that, you're not going to really get the effect that the curved display is intended for, and you might as well just opt for a flat panel because you won't notice much of a difference. And one thing I really like about the Samsung curved displays, particularly this model, is it uses auto depth enhancer technology. And what this does is it optimizes the contrast across multiple zones, and the result is more depth and a more immersive experience. Obviously this model has a 4K resolution, so picture quality is simply not an issue because it's 4 times greater than 1080p. You can stick your face right up to the screen and the picture quality will still look very sharp and very clear. So if you put your face up to a 1080p screen, you will notice some distortion and loss of picture quality. But that is simply not the case with a 4K resolution just because there's so many pixels. There's 8,294,400 pixels on the screen at the same time. So Samsung also has UHD upscaling, so all of your non-4K content will be automatically upscaled to 4K. Now obviously this is not going to give you the same quality as native 4K content, but it will definitely be a huge improvement. This model also has 3D support, so you can enjoy 3D content, has smart apps, and one thing I really like is the remote. It has a touchpad, it has point and click so you can control it like a cursor, and it also has voice commands as well. So navigation is great with this remote, and it's easy to just sit on your couch and browse the internet and navigate the user interface. Obviously this model also has built-in Wi-Fi and a web browser. So this design is extremely sleek looking. It has a relatively thin profile and it has that ultra thin bezel, so there's very little border distraction around the screen. And that again, it contributes to the immersive experience. This TV weighs 47.6 pounds without the stand, and it weighs 53.4 pounds with the stand. And if you're planning on mounting this TV, it's Visa 400 by 400. And this just means that the holes on the rear of the panel are 400 millimeters across and 400 millimeters down. As for the inputs, there's one RF in, one component in, one composite in, an optical audio out, 4 HDMI ports, has an audio out mini jack, IR out has 3 USB ports, and also has an Ethernet port as well. So to conclude, I really like what I'm seeing with the Samsung UN55JS9000. It has all of the latest features you're looking for, the curved panel, the 4K resolution, and it has that nano crystal color, and it has that quantum dots technology as well as the HDR technology. Be sure to check out that link below in the description for the best deal going on right now for this model. You can also check out user reviews and see what other people are saying about it. I hope you found this quick overview helpful.